Hi, I'm Dennis Hansen, the designer, builder, and tester for Woody Logic surfboards. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to loft the frame. Ready to loft the frame now. Done quite a bit of setup work, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. It's a little bit different than using a spar. It's a lot more things to consider, but you can check it out for yourself. I think I've got something that's going to work. I'll do it in a two-step process, and I'll show you the first part right now. What I've done is I've set up the stringers in the cradle, and I've marked them. I laid it out. This is R6, and I've even put the rib there. I haven't glued it yet. And I'll put bricks. What I'll do is I'll glue each rib and put a brick behind it, and that'll help me get that curve that I'm looking for. Also, on each end, I've already modified rib 1 and 2, or rib 1 and 13, and it's rib 1, and on the back side I put buckets, and it's very similar to joist hangers. If you're familiar with construction techniques at all, you've had to hang floor joists or anything else, you can use buckets for that. It's kind of the same process I'm going to use, and I'll glue those in there. And you might notice that wherever I've marked the stringers, that corresponds to where there's a rise. So I know the rib's going to go right there in that part of on that part of the rise. Like 3, same thing. The leading edge is right here. And as I get on the other side of rib 6, because this is the spot where it touches the reference line, everything's going to be working from there, and you'll see that. Same thing with here. Come back to R13, and I bucketed that one too. And on those two 1/4 inch stringers, not the half, I'm just going to glue those on there, and that's going to be fine just that way. I can always bucket that after the fact if I feel like it needs it. So that's pretty much what it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing, and you'll see how it goes. Frame's lofted, and pretty happy with the way things turned out. I had to use a lot more weight in the front. This is the nose area, just to keep, bend those stringers down. But the ribs are nice and flush. There's enough of a friction fit that they stay down there real nice and tight. And towards the tail, there isn't near as much rocker, so I did not need to add as much weight, and I still got a nice flush with the riser. The rib is flush with the riser, and here's a good example of this is R6. This is where this is where it touches a reference line. Everything going this way was set up. The leading edge was set up so that it went that way. And towards the nose, everything R6 again, R6 over, R6 right here. Everything going towards the nose. The leading edge was on this side. It's real important that you get that. Some guys they figure, oh, that's that's the spot where it should be. It's not really. Incrementally, it can change quite a bit, even if you move a 1/4 inch. So that's what it is. Come back tomorrow. I'll put the top stringers in, and we'll see how it goes. Top stringers are in. The frame didn't fight me at all. It was pretty easy, not much spring back, and so those top stringers went in, no problem. The only thing I had to do was cut them to length at the top, which was not a big deal. Just cut those guys, and they fit nice and flush. Everything's good. I'm going to keep it under weight. Make sure, let the glue dry overnight, and I'll be ready for the next step. The frame's together, and I'm going to let it dry. So my next step will be gluing on the bottom panel and then putting on the outside stringers. So join me next week and get that done. Thanks for watching.